Okay, class, well, it's a new week, and we are talking more about interactive whiteboards and finishing out this unit on interactive whiteboards. So more than half of the class is over, and we're sailing on through. This week you'll read and pin on Teaching with Interactive Whiteboards, 10 Creative Ways to Use Interactive Whiteboards, and the $55 Interactive Whiteboard, which is kind of interesting. That $55 one's kind of an interesting idea, with creating one out of a Wiimote. Anyway, you'll read about those and pin on those. And so that's the pins for this week, just on your reading. And then there's a discussion on interactive whiteboard activities. So in this case, think of an exemplary IWB lesson, interactive whiteboard lesson that you've taught or seen someone else teach. What was it that helped the teacher present clearly, engage students, or otherwise be successful for the lesson? And what tips and tricks can you offer to make teaching an interactive whiteboard effective, or teaching with an interactive whiteboard effective? So remember to respond by Wednesday and then respond to 2 other students' posts by the end of the week. So there's the reading pin, and that just means you pin something that has to do with the reading on Pinterest and respond to 1 other student's pin. Then there's this discussion, which means that by Wednesday you post and then respond to 2 other students' posts by the end of the week. And it looks like we've already got quite a few going, so I'll have to get on there and read those. And then you have the assignment, the interactive whiteboard assignment, due by the end of this week. And so take a look at that. I did do a presentation on that last week, so if you are curious to know what that assignment's about and maybe didn't see what that's about, then look at last week's videos that I posted in the last week's content area. And then finally, there's some Tech Talk videos provided by Brian and Casey. So some very good ones about Study Blue and Symbaloo. So take a look at those as well. And that will round out your week, basically. So, and I think last week I provided plenty of new videos and interesting information, so I'm going to keep this one pretty short this week to kind of balance things out and let you get on to your assignments. But I did want to mention, though, that thank you for trying out something new with ClassFlow last week. That was the assignment for the discussion last week, was to try to create something with ClassFlow, and I think almost all of you were successful at that. But I wouldn't ask you to try anything out unless it was something that I felt you should know about for sure. And that's what ClassFlow fits into. It's a new software. Yeah, I have found it somewhat difficult to work with myself. The text, particularly the text tool, and dragging the text and moving it around is a little bit, I guess I'd say, clunky. But what's interesting about these web tools is that they often will update them without your knowledge. So a lot of times you can get an update of it the next time you log in or something, and maybe it will improve over time. And then, of course, I wanted to share it because I can see such potential for interactivity in a classroom that is one-to-one. So not only can that one student up at the board interact with the software and do the learning activities, but also you can push it to the rest of the class if they have a device. And they can also interact with this software as well. So that's pretty exciting for me. And I thought that I certainly feel that all of you should be aware of that and understand how to use ClassFlow, at least on a basic level, because of that potential. Well, I think that's about it for this week, so carry on and good luck with your activities.